Here's something I didn't see anyone talking about Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show. I grew up navigating two worlds that weren't sure what to do with each other most of the time. And I've spent most of my career in sports and entertainment trying to explain one culture to the other. As a marketer, as a storyteller, as someone who believes deeply that culture is the most important thing a brand can own. If you haven't seen me before, this is Hyphenated, Culture Connected, and this is how Bad Bunny explains the world. What nobody's talking about is that the stage wasn't just set up or designed for a concert or a performance. It was designed as a brief. Every element was intentional, from the first words spoken.
Qué rico es el latino.
The casita, the domino players, the coconut stand, the nail salon, the shaved ice cones, which are called very different in each country, the boxing fight, which is just as much a Latin American sport as soccer, the real wedding with a live band playing salsa, the barbershop, Toñita from that Caribbean social club in Brooklyn, and the child sleeping on the chair. That kid. All of us who grew up in Latin America, we were that kid once when our parents took us to parties and they had nowhere to put us because they wanted to continue partying. And now as we've grown older, we are the ones putting the kids to sleep on the chairs and then waking them up when we need to go home. And then of course Ricky Martin, who spent his career shrinking himself to make sure that he fit the American pop standard in the industry. Now singing in Spanish about displacement, about how they want our culture erased. This wasn't about crossing over, it was about coming home. All of that wasn't stagecraft. It was designed as a brand strategy at the highest level. That's a creative director who made a conscious decision of saying, I know exactly who I am, I know exactly who I'm talking to, and I refuse to separate the two. I wrote about it at the time on my Substack, what Bad Bunny means when you live in the hyphen, because that's the only way I know how to describe it. The hyphen, Latin American, Colombian American. This and also that. It used to feel like a compromise before, like you were always halfway somewhere. Bad Bunny turned the hyphen into that stage. And what he showed every creative leader, every creative strategist, is that the most powerful creative decisions come from those who've had to negotiate their identity their whole lives. Not in spite of it, because of it. And here's my thesis. I believe that the brands that are going to win the next decade aren't going to be the ones that speak the loudest. They're going to be the ones that understand the culture because they have someone in the room who knows the culture, who has lived inside of it. That's not a skill you can download. That's something you carry.